Welcome back. The U.S. Senate is considering a final vote tonight to revoke funding to a variety of federal programs, including public radio. 17's Jacob Clark joining us in studio now to share how this could affect radio listeners here at home and across the country. Jacob?
Last month, the House voted to cut $9.4 billion from a variety of programs in a 214 to 212 vote. $1.1 billion of those dollars were set to go to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, or CPB, which funds and supports public radio nationwide. Now, this cut heads to the Senate. Republicans have labeled this previous spending as wasteful and unnecessary, while Democrats have said that the various cuts to programs, including funding for public broadcasting, will cause needless harm to Americans. For Joe Moore, the general manager of KVPR, Central California's NPR station, this funding clawback isn't fatal to his station, but could serve as a setback.
If the CPB funds are rescinded, that would result in about a shortfall of around $175,000 a year for KVPR. That's about 7% of our overall budget. So what would happen? We would not be going off the air. We would not be going out of business, but we would be forced to make some cuts to programs and services and local coverage that our listeners rely on.
KVPR has roughly 68,000 regular listeners, according to public data. While a majority of stations like KVPR can survive these budget cuts, many of these listeners are not happy about them. Alice Sorensen, a local KVPR listener, says she feels the government is breaking its promise to support public media.
It's an argument I have with myself all the time, because first I say, well, why should the government be supporting it? But then second, I say to myself, we need balance. We need the government to participate in that balance. We need to be able to hear all sides, and we need to be able to honor the contracts and commitments that we've made, which NPR has had. And what's going on right now, there's a terrible imbalance. There's a lack of commitment. The government hasn't upheld what it agreed to.
If this cut passes the Senate, public radio listeners can expect changes to their everyday programming.
I think we would probably have to look really carefully at what we offer and how can we best continue to serve our listeners and our core programs, but some other programs may have to go away, and maybe other things are repeated at certain times, or maybe we find other solutions that are maybe not what people are used to hearing, but might be a little more affordable.
The Senate is expected to vote on these funding cuts by the end of the week. Jacob Clark, 17 News.